Okay, so in this video what we're going to be doing is travelling through an example perspective question. Now this is going to be a 2-point perspective. What we're given here is the question as well as our elevation, our plan of our object. Our elevation is not looking directly in at any particular surface, it's looking in a bit of an angle. But the way that's orientated here is on purpose, so we get a good view of both sides as well as it in its position over here in plan. Now if we have a look at what we're given, first of all I just want to identify here the reason that I've changed all the numbers around the side is because its scale of 1 is to 200, so I divide all the measurements by 200 to get the measurements we need in millimeters. So given the planned elevation of a building here and here, draw a perspective view of the building with the position of the spectator is 19 meters, which in the change from scale is 95 millimeters from the corner A. Okay, so from this corner A below here in plan, the picture plane touches the corner A and the horizon line is 5 meters above the ground line, which is 25. Okay, so what we know now is that the corner A is going to be resting on our ground line. As well as that, we have all our information here to draw it out. I'm going to keep it above here on the right hand side, so I know, because having the spectator below here looking up, I know that I'm going to be drawing down in this direction, so I need space below here, so I'm going to draw it above here in my corner, ensuring that I've space to work down in this direction. So I'm going to start off, now I'm going to draw my plan here over on this area. As well as that, you can see that I've orientated my A3 sheet in landscape, or sorry, in portrait, so that I've space to work down. It's fine if you want to do it in portrait or landscape, it's absolutely grand. If you feel that you're running out of space and something like that, you can just put a page below it or above it or to the side of it, just to ensure that you fill it all onto the sheet. So what I'm doing here is I'm starting to draw it. I know that my plan itself is off at 60 degrees to, let's say, this line here. So I know if I get my 30 degrees up, it's going to be 60 degrees down this direction. And if I get my 60 degrees on my set square here and up like that, I know I'm forming my 90-degree angle. My 90-degree angle like so, and basically putting the plan in its proper orientation. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a bit of grid so I can draw out this outline. $25, $25, $25, $50. And then I'm going to go up another 25, 40, and then 15. So 25 first of all, 25 and 40 is 50, 60, 65. All right, 25, 25 and 40, 50, 60, 65. And then 65 and 15 is 70, 80. Like so. As well as that, don't forget about my 10. Should be here. Using my 60-30 set square, I can ensure they're all parallel. Now I'm just going to darken in the outline of the object so it's nice and clear for you to see. Like so. So now that I have the outline of it completed, what I need to do is I need to label my corner. So this is corner A here. And my spectator is going to be at 60 degrees down from that. And it's going to be 95 from A. My spectator is going to be here. I'm going to label it S. And now what I can do is draw on my picture plane. Now I know my picture plane is going to be found by joining my spectator back to my far left hand and far right hand corner of the plan itself. So the extreme left and right corner. Like so. And when I've done that, I need to bisect this angle from here to here. And the line that I get, I need to have a line perpendicular to that, which is going to be my picture plane. And remember that it is going to be traveling through A. Get my compass, going to bisect it. Now, one thing to note here, my line is very close onto my line from my spectator to A. It is not the same line. It's going to be close, and it's just by chance that for this drawing that it has been that close. But note that it's off to the left hand side here. And the line that I'm going to draw that's going to be perpendicular to that line is going to travel through A. And it's not going to be perpendicular to our original line. It's going to be our new line there, which is our bisector of that angle. Okay, I'll get my adjustable set square, which is just a bit handier and quicker than messing around with your two set squares. Make sure that's lined up, tighten it up. Get a line now that's perpendicular, traveling through A. Now this is going to be our picture plane. Like so. To get our VP1 or VP2, so our vanishing points, we're going to have to use a line that's going to be parallel to the sides of our drawing. So a line parallel to the side here, and from the spectator out where it intersects the picture plane is going to be the point. Same thing for our VP2, parallel with the side of our plan from our spectator like so, and we'll get our vanishing point above there. So for this I'm going to use my sliding set squares. Trying to keep it as accurate as possible. That point there is going to be our VP1. It's going to be our VP2. So our vanishing point 1 and our vanishing point 2. Now what we can do is draw our ground line, which the object is going to be, sitting on, as well as our horizontal line or horizon line, where our VP1 and VP2 will be located below here, where all the lines will disappear off to. So it's where the parallel lines will all converge. Now I know traditionally parallel lines don't converge, but in a perspective drawing, these lines are, by definition, they are parallel, but because of the drawing it looks like they converge at a point, which is our vanishing point. So it's a line that's at infinity. Okay, so now our ground line and our horizon line is going to be parallel to our picture plane. So what I'm going to do is just ensure that I have it down out of the way far enough. Down our VP1 and our VP2 like so. So it's going to be VP2 and this is going to be VP1. This is going to be our horizon line. Now, according to the question, our ground line is going to be 25 millimeters below that. Like so. And this is going to be our ground line. Now what I can start doing is drawing in my object itself. Now the one thing that I know here, the only true length that I'm going to have is the line or the corner that's basically sitting perfectly on this ground line itself. And that will only be any line or any point that is on the picture plane. And that is A. So I can take down A and take my measurements above here and slot them in, which are going to help me finish off the drawing itself. Remember, the lines all have to be perpendicular to the picture plane from this corner, like so. I can mark off my 30 and my 25 and join them back to my VP. So that's 30 and 25 onto that is 40, 55, like so. And I can join them back to my VP1 and VP2. Remember, these are all parallel lines meeting at infinity. Now, this length here from here to here is taken from this 30, which is the same height as from this corner there to that corner there. So I know from here to here now is that line represented. Now what I want to do is finish off this full surface here. So this kind of an L surface here. So from the chimney down and this side panel. So to do that, I also need this corner. So if I locate this corner back here, the plan that I've drawn is here. Join that back to my spectator. Where that line intersects my picture plane, I can carry that down. And where that intersects my line here, which travels all the way back to my vanishing point 1, is that corner. So that corner there is now this corner below here. Now I also need to locate the top of my chimney here. To locate that, that will actually be along the line represented here, where that's carried back. So if I extend this all the way up to that, that's that line found. This is this line found. I can also join this line back to my that's fine. I can carry this point there. So now what I'm trying to locate is this corner above here. To locate that, again, I join him back to my spectator, like so. And where he intersects here in my picture plane again, I drop him down, perpendicular, like so. Where that intersects is that point there. So I can draw that line in. And now what I have, I can just complete off that surface from there back to here. And now what I've completed is that L shape here for this surface. Now I'm just going to keep following that method of bringing down points here and joining back to VP1 and VP2 to finish off the rest of it. So I'm just going to continue on. So now what I need to locate is the back. So let's say this back corner of the chimney. I can join this back to VP2. That corner back to my spectator where it intersects. Down, that's in there. So again, I'm just following the same procedure as always, locating points above here, dropping down and also joining back to the VP and slowly building up in results. Sometimes it takes a while just to think about it and look at what you're seeing. A lot of visualization is required to help you construct this. If you get caught at any point, just try to work back along at the points you're looking for and see what the next point can just bring you on, finding the next corner so you can make the next surface. For example, here now I have this much completed. Now I need to put in the surface over here. To do that, I know I have this corner of it, this corner of it, and this corner of it so far. So I know as well that this line will extend. So if I continue it on from my VP1, because it's along the same line, extend that on, where that intersects, where this goes straight up, is now that surface found, like so. And also I know I need to finish this off. I need to find that surface over here. To do that, I know that I can join this point back to my VP2 because it is traveling back to the vanishing point. I know if I want to find this corner over here, I just get in my plan, join it back to my spectator, which I already have, and then I just need to drop it down again. Like so, perpendicular to my picture plane where it intersects, drop it back so I can see it stops there, and now it looks a bit squashed just from the way that we're looking at it in the perspective. Now the issue is here, I need to find the top corner above there, and to locate that what I need to do is basically take my height from here. So what I can do is join him back to my VP2 like so, where he intersects that line will be this point here, and this point can join then back up to the top corner of the roof, and he can drop straight down, and that is the drawing completed.